You may notice something's missing, or should I say, someone. Gwen's gone again, so I finally got tired of waiting and I sold her for store credit and bought myself a brand new co-host, Oliver. Hello, I'm Riley Kapchuk.
And I am Oliver Cheriton. I would never leave you, Riley. You're watching the home for Explorer Athletics, SportsLine.
Welcome to SportsLine, back to bring you Explore sports that you might have missed.
And later, Deja goes on the sidelines with two people I'm going to keep in mind the next time I have to move. They're good at lifting heavy things.
But first, let's take a look at our SportsLine top 3.
Julia DeVries from men's soccer was named A10 Rookie of the Year for their 2025 season.
Number 2, LaSalle men's basketball is currently 15th in the country in three-point percentage defense. They also lead the Atlantic 10 Conference with 24 free throws made per game.
Number 3, Peyton Hawks is this week's NovaCare Student Athlete of the Week.
That's it for the top 3. Now let's take a look at how our teams did this past week. The LaSalle men's basketball team went up against Monmouth University this past Saturday for their annual homecoming game at home. Jaden Marshall led the way with a huge performance, scoring 26 points and going a perfect 12 for 12 from free throw line. The Explorers dominated inside, pulling down 43 rebounds, with Josiah Harris grabbing a team-high 9 boards, also dominating with 30 points in the paint, and adding 13 points off second-chance opportunities. The Explorers also held strong on defense, turning Monmouth's turnovers into 23 points, with 17 coming from the bench. LaSalle outscored Monmouth in both of the halves. LaSalle 38-35 in the first and 35-25 in the second to secure the homecoming win of 73-60.
The men's basketball team also went up against Temple University on Tuesday night at the Leo Corus Center. The Explorers fell to the Owls 90-63. The Explorers were led by Rob Doherty with 11 points and Jerome Brew Jr. with 10 points. The Explorers overall shot 20 for 54 from the field. The Owls outscored the Explorers in both of the halves, 42-29 in the first half and then 48-34 in the second half. LaSalle was out-rebounded by 15 rebounds with Temple, having 44 compared to the Explorers' 29. Rob Doherty also led the Explorers in the rebounds with 8. LaSalle still got most of their points from the paint, with 32 of their 63 points from the paint. With this loss, the Explorers moved to 2-1 for the season.
The LaSalle women's basketball team opened their season strong against Loyola Maryland last Thursday. Junior Eris McToon led the way, totaling 25 points. Ashley Connor and Kiara Williams also put forth strong efforts, earning 20 and 12 points respectively. The Explorers led the game from start to finish, earning an 11-2 lead in the first 4 minutes and a 37-22 lead by halftime, winning 71-59. The team then went to defeat St. Francis University on Saturday. Ashley Connor was again a top contributor, leading the Explorers and earning 22 points. Joan Quinn and Eris McToon also earned 19 and 12 points respectively. The Explorers led 40-31 by halftime and earned 22 points during the fourth quarter to secure the win of 84-73.
The women's basketball team continued their streak, beating Lehigh 81-70 on Tuesday. The Explorers were led by Aris McToon, scoring a total of 24 points, and a tied career high of 8 steals. Ashley Connor and Joan Quinn also both pulled impressive efforts, with Connor earning a total of 22 points and Quinn earning 20. Key shots from all 3 players propelled LaSalle to the win, placing the Explorers with a strong start to the season at 3-0.
The LaSalle triathlon team competed Saturday in the Collegiate National Championship race in Tempe, Arizona. They saw 5 total athletes finish, and the team placed 19th overall. Fiona Davidu led the Explorers in Heat A, finishing 45th overall with a time of 1 hour, 7 minutes. Sophie Brandweed led Heat B, finishing 88th overall with a time of 1 hour and 12 minutes, while senior Gabriella Hermander finished 1 hour and 18 minutes. And freshman Sophia Nordbeck rounded out Heat B, finishing 1 hour and 19 minutes. Beth Elridge and Heat C closed out the finishers with a time of 1 hour, 32 minutes, and the team earned 374 points and ended their first season competing as a program.
The LaSalle men's golf team concluded their fall season at the Big Five Championship hosted by the 1912 Club, placing third overall. The Explorers were led by freshman Peyton Hawks, who finished with a +2 score of 72 and tying for third place individually. Freshman Kyle Versch and junior Gavin Dosh also tied for a top 10 spot, each earning a +5 score of 75. Senior Armand and graduate student Jackson finalized the Explorers' efforts, scoring +6 and +7 respectively.
The LaSalle men's soccer team fell to St. Louis 2-0 during a quarterfinal match on Friday, marking the end of their 2025 season. The Explorers held strong through the 75th minute, with senior goalkeeper Tino Canese fronting the line, making 3 saves and facing 21 shots overall. The Explorers' effort was thrown to 10 shots total, with juniors Sasha Rabala and Alexandru Zama each putting shots up for LaSalle. The team closes out the season with a 2-2-4 mark for A10 play and 4-5-8 record for the overall campaign. Okay, shorter week, a lot of basketball.
Yes.
And then basketball's actually off to a pretty good start, especially women's basketball. Last year, they kind of struggled getting into grooves, but they're finding it early, which is nice, which is what they need. Unlike, I'll compare it to men's soccer. Men's soccer didn't find their groove until late in their season, which probably isn't why they didn't go that far in their quarterfinals. Right. Sorry. But the basketball team, specifically men's, I feel like they have a great advantage on rebounds. Like, these are big guys. They are rebounding. They're rebounding.
Yes.
But they aren't playing up to, like, D1 standards.
Yeah.
I feel like it's easy for them to rebound, but actually scoring is what they need to work on, because they started their expedition game against a D3 school, and they weren't beating them. Like, they won, but they weren't beating them. And I just feel like they need to find some type of scoring rhythm to really succeed.
Yeah.
And the women's are.
Yeah, I was going to say, compared to women's basketball, they're not meeting the same standard.
Exactly. And I feel like in the past seasons, it's always like men's basketball, women's basketball.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like women's basketball could go up higher just because of how they're starting out. And that's pretty much it. Did you go to the homecoming game at all?
No, I couldn't. I didn't have the time, but I heard there was a really good turnout.
There was.
I
There
heard
was
that
a
you
good
were
turnout.
working.
And I do work. I am the MC for this season, which is really exciting. Like, I go an hour before, I get my script, I get what I have to do. I have to, like, structure how I'm going to engage with fans. And then I also get to, like, watch the other team and, like, our team warm up, which is, like, funny to me. Like, their warm ups are funny.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. But then actually being able to, like, get some sort of energy going is, like, great. A lot of the times I'm like, stand up, make noise, and people are like, So it's like, that's fine. I got to work on that. Same way the team got to work on something. But I feel like that's what we need too. In order for me to be successful, then they need to help me and do good.
You can't get your MC game on if they're not getting their game on.
Exactly. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we go on the sidelines. Well, actually, I guess we go into the gym. Anyways, Deja talks with members of the powerlifting club. Stay tuned. We did it. That was the hard.
Essential workers essential. We keep where you work and live clean and safe.
We harvest fresh produce for your families to eat.
We help you heal when you're sick.
Essential workers help our nation run. You're in every corner of our country and come from all over the globe. I'm Marty Walsh. The Wage and Hour Division at the Department of Labor helps ensure you receive the essential protections you deserve. Visit our website or call 866-4US-WAGE.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Labor.
We live in a country that incarcerates its own people more than any other nation in the world.
The individual can age out of crime. He or she, 9 times out of 10, is no longer thinking like he or she once thought when they were 18. This is a good time to have a second look for everyone. We have 50 years of data that proves to us emphatically that the old way of doing things no longer works.
Everyone has a community, a neighborhood, school, kids' teams, where you worship, work out, or any other place or group where you choose to belong. Communities can provide support when you need it, and even when you don't know you do. Like when it comes to preventing underage drinking and other substance use. Community members can be your eyes and ears when you're not with your kids and alert you to signs of potential problems. Learn more at talktheyhearyou.samhsa.gov.
Children exposed to poor air quality have smaller lungs and higher rates of asthma than children with good air quality. IQ Air Foundation is working to change this, providing filtration technology to school children with poor air quality through the Clean Air for Kids program, helping kids to breathe over 90% cleaner air indoors, removing barriers to learning, reducing sick days, and increasing test scores. This is all key to environmental and climate justice. Find out how you can help at iqairfoundation.org.
Dear University of...
Thank you for your offer
to become student ID number 283471.
While I appreciate your desire
for my impeccable academic record,
I must decline the opportunity
to get a generic degree.
I've decided to tell my story.
To be a student,
not a statistic.
I wish you good luck in the future
as I embark on mine.
Welcome back. Deja Howe got to sit down with the powerlifting club's president and VP, Noah Davis and Kate Hall. Take a look.
Hello, and welcome back to another segment of On the Sidelines. I'm your host, Deja Howe, and with me, I have Noah Davis and Kate Hall, a part of the powerlifting team. How are you guys doing today?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm great.
Kate?
How about you?
Great. Glad to have you guys here. So what inspired you guys to start the powerlifting team here at LaSalle?
It really happened for one of my best friends back at home. So I started working out in Texas, and it was really just Planet Fitness like everybody else, working out for aesthetics, things like that. And then somehow through connections to my church, we were looking for a cat sitter, I ended up meeting one of the world's strongest powerlifters. So he's actually a national champion. He got second last year in the equipped division. And after working out with him, I just fell in love with the sport. So that's why I started. And then from there, I was like, the school really has desire for this. There's so many people in the gym, so many people looking for more. You know, we go from not being athletes after high school, things like that. So I just saw it as an area and a need, and then ever since then, it's been a great community.
Yeah, that's nice. How about you? What was your motivation?
I didn't start the club with him. I came in later, but I wanted to join the club just because I was already powerlifting, and I was coming into LaSalle later. I came in a semester later, and I was like, I didn't really have any outlet or anything like that I saw that was interesting on campus, but I saw the powerlifting club and I was like, I really want to join this.
Yes, and a lot of people use powerlifting as a great outlet. So could you guys tell me the difference between powerlifting and bodybuilding or just like a regular workout?
So powerlifting is between 3 lifts, squat, bench, and deadlift. The difference is you're testing your 1 rep max. And for bodybuilding, it's more so you're training for aesthetics rather than strength. Powerlifting, you're training for strength. And bodybuilding, you're training for aesthetics, wanting to compete to have your body physique look good. And you're doing more reps in bodybuilding rather for powerlifting, it's just 1 rep.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you guys prioritize volume and intensity over time? Because I know you just mentioned that a little bit. And it can be a little confusing for those who are just coming in. So how do you prioritize that?
Yeah, it's actually a really good question too. And speaking from more of the coach aspect about it, so the volume intensity is about like the stress and fatigue management relationship. So within that, we sort of think about powerlifting as if it's a plane trying to take off. So I always say a lot of people come in, they're like, I want progress, I want results right now. And what they don't realize is we're more about the build-up, right? If you have a plane, you just try and take off without the driving strip, without like driving up. That whole momentum is where the volume comes in. So throughout that, they have 2 separate concepts I won't get into. I can talk about those for days, but it's about the maximum effective and the maximum recoverable value. So you want a good relationship that you can recover from, but still grow and still get the targeted adaptation for it. So within that, the most important thing is make sure that we're working hard and still recovering from it. So we're just finding that delicate balance, and that's really what powerlifting is about, and manifesting strength when it's needed.
Right. So you mentioned working hard and putting in a lot of time. And I know sometimes going to the gym, that could take up 2 hours of your day. So how do you guys find great time management skills to filter in going into the gym and then school and practices and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I always try to do my work beforehand, definitely. Or if not, if I'm doing my work, honestly, powerlifting is like a good break in between doing homework and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think recently as well, because of how much I love powerlifting, it's almost become like one of my highest priorities. But outside of that, I always try and fit my life around it. I always say now that like powerlifting isn't my everything. So within it, I just try and do like schoolwork before or just fit in my schedule where I can make it happen.
Yes, that's a good idea because time management is hard. So what is an obstacle that both of you have endured and how did you overcome it and what did you learn from it?
An obstacle I overcame was when I was younger, I struggled with body issues and wanting to be super skinny, and powerlifting became an outlet for me to not focusing on how my body looks, but wanting to become stronger and wanting to fuel my body with food and yeah.
And I think I had a different thing for me when I first started. It was almost like I was a national track runner back in the day. So without that level of dedication or commitment, and I didn't really have an outlet to express it as well, I almost felt like, what's the point of lifting this heavy weight? Like, why even work out? Because the results just were so long. And it just was a very interesting road. And then throughout powerlifting, I sort of fell in love with the aspect of sport and just pushing myself again. So it really became like a safe haven for me.
Yeah, that's nice. So if someone's trying to come in and they have a certain body image in mind, do you think it's a good idea to go into powerlifting?
Okay, I get this question a lot, especially from women who join the club. They're always like, well, I want to join, but I just want my legs to get big. I don't want my arms to get super big. And I always try to tell them, that's just not how that works. It takes, especially for women, it takes a long time for women to build muscle, especially in their upper body. And I tell them, like, it's not about how your body's gonna look. At the end of the day, it's about how much strength you're gonna gain. And I mean, I do tell them if you are looking for a certain body image, then I don't think powerlifting is the way to go, but it's really up to them what their goal is.
Yeah, and I just think it all depends on like the person as well. Because it could be a thing in which you almost have to like sacrifice one thing or compromise. But I still do think you can accomplish both. I mean, if anybody's familiar with Lawrence Manny, you know, who's like a fully committed powerlifter now, he used to run as well, and he's still super aesthetic. So you definitely can fit in both. It always depends on your goals, how much you want to compromise, sort of like 100-0 or 90-10 type of thing.
I also think diet is really important with that as well.
Yes, so I hear a lot of people talk about eating ground beef, meat, whatever. It's so important in that world. Why is it so important to eat those kind of things?
Yeah, it's really just about the protein in general. So the protein synthesis is actually how the muscle growth and strength actually happens. So it's sort of like the maintenance for everything. And that's why a lot of people, even like I myself, I'm very guilty of it, like ground beef and bananas, just putting up concoction just to get protein in. The general recommendation is somewhere around like 1 gram of protein per every pound. But there's also a lot of other nuance about it. But protein is very important for recovery and muscle growth as a whole.
Yeah, I don't know about the bananas and ground beef, but I guess it could be good. So music is a great motivator when in the gym to help keep you pushing. What's a go-to song that you guys listen to while working
I
out?
love listening to any sort of like Brazilian funk.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We're in the same boat. So that's just like peak powerlifter response for you. That's all we got.
It makes me feel like I'm in an edit. That sounds so cringy, but like
that's
it's so
real
serious.
though. Yeah.
That's funny. Well, what are some goals that you guys have this season?
For me, just to grow in the club in general. I'm gonna be president next year, so I need to just grow in stepping up and being a leader because he won't be here anymore. So I need to get used to that. But powerlifting wise, I definitely want to work on my deadlift and my bench. Right now it hasn't been the best, so he's also my coach, so
It's a
he will
journey.
help me, but it's gonna take a while, but I have to be patient.
Yeah.
Deadlift is rough.
Yeah, you're doing strong though. But I'm really excited for a lot going on in the club. We have a very busy month. Our fundraiser is going live tomorrow, actually.
that's nice.
So that'll be posted for equipment merch, as well as we're sending our team to the first ever collegiate nationals.
Oh, wow.
So that'll be a big deal for us. I'm very excited to facilitate that. And I'm just looking forward to seeing how the team can grow. It'll also be my first time as well. So yeah, we're looking forward to seeing everything. Our mock meet's coming up. It's a lot going on, so hopefully everything goes well.
That is a lot going on. Those are some nice team goals, but what's a personal goal for you?
Oh, that's a good question. Placing well at nationals. As long as I get within like the middle quartile, I'll be happy. Everybody's so strong, I'll be satisfied with that.
There's
you know?
like how many people are in your weight class?
There's like 60 people in my weight class.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of competition.
Yes.
Sure does.
That's nice. Well, it was nice having you guys here. Thanks for coming by.
No, thank you so much.
Thank you for
And I
having
wish
us.
you guys luck at all the busy schedule that you guys have.
I appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you.
Thank you. And we're going to head back to Riley and Oliver.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we have all of this week's upcoming games. Stay tuned.
We live in a country that incarcerates its own people more than any other nation in the world.
The individual can age out of crime. So if you have an emerging adult, 18 years of age, 20 years, now that person is 38, he or she 9 times out of 10 is no longer thinking like he or she once thought when they were 18. This is a good time to have a second look for everyone.
I was sentenced to 24 and a half years. There are so many other people that have these tremendously long sentences, and the impact that it has on families, the impact that it has on your own mental health. It's time for our nation to recognize that we actually have human beings that are behind bars who make mistakes.
We have 50 years of data that proves to us emphatically that the old way of doing things no longer works.
Did you know that children growing up with poor air quality have smaller lungs and higher rates of asthma than children that grow up with good air quality? And unfortunately, poor communities have poor air quality. IQ Air Foundation is working to change this. Today, the IQ Air Foundation provides filtration technology to schools with poor air quality through our Clean Air for Kids program. Our goal is to help over 50,000 school children every year breathe over 90% cleaner air indoors, helping to level the playing field, reduce barriers to learning, reduce sick days, and increase test scores. Mitigating poor air quality is key to environmental justice. Help Clean Air for Kids reach more children at iqairfoundation.org.
Welcome back. We have a busy week of LaSalle sports, so here's what you can look forward to. Men's basketball will play in the Oldham Classic this Saturday at 1 p.m. against Penn State University. They will then return home next Wednesday to take on Big Five rival Villanova at 7. Women's basketball will head over to the Leocore Center to play Temple Friday morning at 11 a.m. They will then return Tuesday to host Westchester at 6:30.
Women's cross country will be competing in the NCAA Mid-Atlantic Region race this Friday, starting at noon. Men's cross country will also be competing in the NCAA Mid-Atlantic starting at 1 p.m. Men's and women's swimming and diving will be competing starting Wednesday, with the groups going to the Fall Frenzy in Charlotte, North Carolina, and another group to the WVU diving invite at West Virginia University.
My friend Gwen's running. That's where
Oh.
she is. I hope she wins.
If
She's
she
a good
doesn't
runner.
win,
She's
she's
fast.
not coming back.
But you know who might not win? Men's basketball. We're going up against Penn State University. Penn State plays schools like Wisconsin. They play UNC. They play the normal like Big Ten. They are Big Ten actually. We are just Big Five. And who's Big Five to Big Ten? No one. And then we play Villanova again. And Villanova, their team has a bunch of 5-star recruits on that team. They're doing really good this year. If we lost to Temple, I'm a little nervous of how they'll do against both Penn State and Villanova, especially Villanova.
Yes.
we will get that handed
They're
to
very
us. But
big sports schools.
yeah, exactly. Big sports schools. But you know who's not a big sports school? You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Lancaster Bible School, who they
Yes.
play the following weekend. What do you know about the Lancaster Bible School?
Well, I hadn't heard of them until I heard that we were playing them. So that says, I think, a lot of what
Well,
we
they
know
are
about them.
D3, so I feel like after their little games against, they play Temple again too another time, against their games against Villanova and Penn State, it's probably what they need to get back into that.
Yes.
But I'm excited. I'm not going to the Penn State one, but I'm excited about that because I don't think we've ever played Penn State before. I know we played UNC last year, didn't win, obviously. Penn State, that'll be fun. That'll be a fun game. I don't know why they chose specifically LaSalle for it. I don't know if it's like a little bracket type of thing, but maybe I'll refresh the scores and see how we're doing.
See how we're
We
not
just
doing
need the
maybe.
score. That's all they need. They just need to get the points up. They can rebound. They're fine with that. Sometimes I've seen them fumble a couple balls, but they just need to get the points up.
Yes.
Good luck to them, and good
Full
luck to
moon.
my friend Gwen. That just about wraps it up for us this episode. Find out more about LaSalle athletics and upcoming games by visiting goexplorers.com.
Also check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/LaSalleTV and on our Instagram at SportsLine LTV. We welcome you to send us your thoughts and suggestions there.
For our entire SportsLine team, I'm Riley Kapchuk.
And I'm Oliver Cherry. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you at the game.